Our teed-off panel is brought to you by Lulu Country Club.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Mays, coming to you from Lulu Country Club's Ross Pub, where we have once again convened the teed-off panel. And we start all the way down to the right with Lulu's own Jim Sullivan.
Thank you for having me, Harry.
Best
Great
golfer at Lulu. Is that what they say?
Not many say that.
No, there's a lot of great teams here at Lulu. Joe Logan from myphillygolf.com. Always great to have you.
Good to be here.
And Michael Brown, of course, the president of the First Tee of Philadelphia and actually the host of one of my greatest days in golf. Much appreciated.
One of my greatest days, too.
There you go. There you go. Well, the Ryder Cup is upon us, and it's one of the greatest events in all of sport, not just golf. And every 2 years, it's packed with great moments. And I just wanted to get conversation going today about the greatest memories that you guys have of watching Ryder Cups. How long have you been watching the Ryder Cup and so forth, Jim?
Well, when you sent this question out, it's really interesting thinking about it just in the context of life, right? I'm 50 now, kids, the whole deal, and life's different. And I can tell you some key sort of parts of every one of the Ryder Cups in the 90s. So 91 at Kiowa through 99 at Brookline, different things that happened. And I watched them and I was into it and, playing golf every day and working on it. And so the 2001 with 9/11 moved to 2002, and I watched them all. I couldn't tell you the place or result of any single one. I guess I remember 2 years ago they got blown out in
Italy.
Yeah.
I can almost tell you.
Marco Simone.
But
yes.
I'll have it on. I watch as much as the weekend allows me to watch. I'll watch most of it. But so the decade of the 90s, I was locked in, and it was must-watch TV, and it's unbelievable viewing. And not a whole lot since then, though, as far as top of my current brain, which is diminishing.
Wow.
Joe, you've probably been closer to Ryder Cups than anybody.
How long have I been watching it? Since TV was invented. I think it's when I
What year was that?
No, I've been to a bunch of them. It's also must-watch TV now. I mean, when it comes on, I get the wife and the kids and the dog out of the house, lock it up, and sit down and fire up the 80-inch TV.
Beautiful.
But we're talking about memories. One of my greatest memories has nothing really to do with the actual golf. It was 2002 at the Belfry in England, and it was Sunday, and I'd spent the entire day walking the course, following matches, to no avail because the Europeans beat them pretty soundly, like 15.5 to 12.5. But the memory has to do with later when I was sitting down to write a story for the Philadelphia Inquirer, and the media center was right next to some hospitality tent, I don't know, and I couldn't write because all you could hear was the Europeans cheering. You know that song, ole, ole,
Yeah.
ole, 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 and it was so loud. I was putting things in my ears, and I'm wondering how long can this go on?
Right.
And it went on until I was finished and left the building. So it went on forever. I don't know how they sang it that long.
What about you, Brownie?
I had the pleasure of going to the '08 at Valhalla.
Okay.
And, you think about guys that you wouldn't think would be on the Ryder Cup team. Boo Weekley and J.B. Holmes were on that team. Remember they were riding their club, like they're riding horses.
Boo was. Nobody
Boo
else
was. Yeah, Boo was.
And J.B. Holmes was driving par fours, and he was from Louisville, and the crowd was crazy. But the thing I thought was coolest, you could get the little headset, like the IBM headset, and if you clicked it this way, you got Dan Hicks, and if you clicked the other way, you got the European. And I was listening, and I think it was like, Ian Colsautz makes another birdie, and it's another dagger, and Phil Mickelson, and he's still 3 down. And I'm like, what am I listening to? the conversation, it was all one-sided, and I think that's where we are today. It's as polarizing as people can yell, they can scream, they can sing ole ole, whatever they want to do is okay in this event.
And when did that happen? When do you think that turned?
I think it was late 90s.
I think it's when they started winning.
So when is it when Justin Leonard made his putt and the whole American
99.
world
Yeah.
ran across the
On the
green
17th
before Olazabal
green,
had
yeah.
a chance to putt?
Right.
I mean, there was certainly plenty of build-up in the years before that, but that really seemed like a tipping point on the animosity, it seems to me.
Some say it started at Kiowa,
Yeah.
the war at the shore, right?
Bernhard Langer missing that one.
He missed the putt against Hale Irwin, I believe, right?
Yeah.
I remember just a few years ago, the one that stands out was the Patrick Reed versus Rory McIlroy. I think
Hazeltine.
they were first off, I believe,
I
at
think it was
Hazeltine.
Captain America.
Oh, it was terrific. And, Rory going, like this to the crowd and, all this kind of stuff. I love that
I
stuff.
do too.
And
Trash talking.
do you think the Ryder Cup is better than the majors? Or is it only because it only happens every 2 years? You don't have 4 of them each year.
Well, I'll tell you what, if this Ryder Cup and the ones that are really down to the last couple singles matches to decide the match, that's better watching than the majors. I mean, and the majors are great. I love the Masters, US Open, British Open. I watch that all the time. The PGA Championship are great. Yeah. But if you have a Ryder Cup down to the last 2 or 3 matches and it's really heated, and especially if you add in, you have, great players in those last few spots, boy, that would have to be the highest. I'll bet it'd be the highest viewing that you have all year. This year, if something like that happened, Bethpage in New York and
Right.
Harry, what singles match do you want to see?
I'd like to see Rory against Scheffler.
Me too.
On Sunday, yeah.
I'd like to see them. The first guy out set the tone.
Well, I think the first guy out should be Bryson DeChambeau for America. I mean, could he drive that green up close to that green on one, that dogleg right?
That last Open there, they were driving it over the corner to 50 or 60 yards, so he's just taking a little different angle.
He
so
would
I don't know what the
electrify
number
that
is,
place.
but-
I mean, that would be some great theater. But
Wait a second, isn't there some real animosity? I mean, Rory and Scotty are buddies. Is there any heat with anybody? Is DeRam going to live? Is there anybody that would
well, he's going to get it from Tyrrell big time.
Good for him. He can handle it.
I don't know if he can handle it.
Well, he can take it.
He
can
can.
take it.
But Tyrrell Hatton's another guy I can't wait. I can't wait to watch him. Why was Tiger Woods' record at the Ryder Cup so poor? 13, 21, and 3. Real quick.
Didn't care.
You think so?
Wasn't that important to him. In my opinion, Tiger is, other than Jack, he's the greatest, but he's about individual accolades, not a team guy.
No. Wow.
Just my thought.
I think you're right.
I think there's 2 dynamics. That's part of it, but I think in team matches, I think he sucks the oxygen out of the room, and then every opponent has 18 holes to get a piece of Tiger Woods' hide. It's their final round. I mean, everybody's amped up, but this is their peak time to focus. And I think the competition amps up, and I think his teammates were not as, could come up as a letdown. I don't have facts around what his statistics were, how he played in those matches, but it's just such a flip from even his regular match play career, where he won at the tour level, he won the match play championship a few times. I mean, he's a match play killer.
Yeah.
That record just doesn't make sense.
And don't forget, he always played against the #1 player on the European team. So
That's true.
yeah.
And he didn't get paid.
Well, yeah.
He didn't get paid.
Don't start with that. All right, a Ryder Cup at Bethpage. They'll be certain to have some great memories to add to all of these for this year. But that'll do it for this week's edition of Teed Off here at Lulu Country Club. Our thanks again to our great panel. I'm Harry Mays, but don't go anywhere because there's still more of Inside Golf after this.